everyone, it's Rosamond Werder, aka Kelly Everts, talking about my life story, and we're on episode 21 now, and I'm calling this, the last one and this one, my mom the abortion queen, because she had, by my estimate, possibly 7 abortions. She was very dishonest about her affairs. She was a terrible hypocrite. And when she would get pregnant, she would call it, I have another tumor, and it has to be removed by an operation. And she never told us the truth. Not me anyway. Maybe she told someone else the truth. On one of these occasions, she and I were no longer friendly. I remember taking a bus to the hospital. It was far, far away. And when I got there, here I thought she had some tumor. She had put that only one female could visit her, and it was not me. But it was a certain individual. So when I appeared, she said, why are you here? I don't not have your name down. She didn't even appreciate, she did not appreciate my visiting her, caring about her, worrying about her. She did not appreciate it in the least. She said, why are you here? And she told the nurse, I don't have her name down as permitted to visit me. And the nurse said, well, we thought she was the one you allowed, the lady you allowed. So she was pissed. And after an unpleasant visit, I left, and there were no more buses home. But God has seen me stranded many times in places where I had no way of getting home, and God has given me a way home that was not dangerous or did not cause me to get hurt or raped or killed or beaten or something, you know. So somehow, I don't remember how, I began talking to a lady, a middle-aged lady on the street, about the buses. I said, there are no more buses back to, and I can't remember, I just can't remember if it was Middletown or Freehold. I just can't remember. And the lady says, oh, my brother will drive you home. Wow. So I went with the lady to her apartment. It was really spooky because they had her mother was there, or grandmother, and she had dementia, and she kept ranting and raving, and it was dirty and filthy, and they gave me tea, and I was afraid to drink it, and it was a hovel. But finally, after about 45 minutes of sitting there chatting with them, she got into a car with her brother and me, and he drove us home. It drove me home, I meant to say. He drove me home and dropped me off. So, so it was an unappreciated visit. I think I brought her a gift. Flowers or something. I remember bringing a gift, but the visit was so unpleasant, I think I blocked some of it out, and getting home was so difficult, I think I blocked it out. Again, I don't tell you this to make you dislike her. I'm just telling you. She always judged people. She was a big hypocrite. She pretended she never did anything. She never did sex. She never did anything. She was a saint. You know, not that she said I'm a saint, nothing like that. She didn't say that. But she pretended she never did anything wrong. She never broke the rules. And she was very sneaky about dates. I mean, I only once saw her getting fixed up when she was working at Brockway Glass, getting fixed up for a date. Once in my whole life I saw her getting fixed up for a date. She must have got pregnant that night. 3 times. And Mr. Riley, who was her sugar daddy during the years on the farm, they went as they went, the other members. I went once, and when they found out that he really liked me a lot, She never allowed me to go with them again. And he said, why is it that when I visit, Raza is always working, working, working? They said, she just pretends to work. She only picks up the broom or the mop or the whatever she does when she sees you arriving. That was a lie. I was always working. I am not sorry for the work. I'm not even sorry for the way my mother exploited me for work, because I learned to work hard. I'm an industrious person. Always have been. Always probably will be. So I have to say now, in my mother's defense, that I got a lot from her. She and my dad gave me the tools to endure life by sending me to catechism, by sending me to Lithuanian school. We had school 5 days a week. On Saturday, it was Lithuanian school. On Sunday, it was church and catechism. For at least a couple of years anyway, we had catechism till we made our first Holy Confession and our first Holy Communion. It's all of us kids. There in this Annunciation church, we had these Gothic-looking nuns, the Gothic church, and these contemplative nuns in long black robes. The nuns impressed me. I listened to them. I obeyed them. When the nuns said, you must sacrifice. If instead of eating all the candy you want, sacrifice it. And that afternoon when we went home to the candy store and I told my siblings, we need to sacrifice, they looked at me like I had two heads and bought the same candy we always bought. And I was only 6 years old, so of course I shared it, of course. They wouldn't sacrifice the way the nuns told them. And the nun said, if somebody does something wrong, take the blame. Take the blame. She wanted us to be like Jesus. So my brother broke the railing on the fence in Delancey Street, the fence on the staircase up to the kitchen. And my mom said, who did that? She saw it through the window, I realized later. I said, I did it, Mom. She looked at me like I was crazy. See, that was one of the reasons later she, my mother, and other members in the family were calling me weird. They put that label on me because nobody else was like me. Nobody else did what the nun said. Nobody else wanted to sacrifice. Nobody else wanted to take the blame for something someone else did. So that made me, I guess, I don't really know why, but they looked for a label to put on me. So one label they put on me from the age of 10 was, I was weird. See, they were normal, and I was different. So therefore, I was weird. And I thank God I was not like them. To this day, I thank God. If this is weird, thank God. And by the way, today when we use the word weird, it's funny. It's not even serious. But back in that day, weird was something like Frankenstein or something serious. And it meant you were weird. It meant crazy and bizarre and strange and someone you stay away from. So weird was an ugly, ugly epitaph. To be continued next time.